It is time to plant some bulbs. We're going to plant them into a pot. You can plant them in the yard if you want, just in a hole, but these are going in a pot. Let's get going. Here's my pot. Terracotta pot. It's got a hole in the bottom. You're going to cover it up. I just happen to have a tiny little pot upside down over the hole. And we're going to fill it up with about, I'm going to say 2-3 inches. 2-3 inches of soil in the bottom. I want about 4 inches of soil on top of my bulbs. All right, I resituated you guys so you could see this process. Nice little bowl. Okay, to this, we are going to add our Osmocote. This is a slow release fertilizer. The soil I'm using is a peat moss, 2 parts peat moss, 1 part sand. It's just a rough sand. You can see there's pea gravel in it, some fine stuff. You're gonna put about a tablespoon of Osmocote. I use number 4 Osmocote. It is a 14-14-14 right there, all purpose. And that's a slow release, lasts about 6 months. All right, let's get our bulbs out here. Open them up. And let's see what we got. That's a brand new bag. Brand new bag of bulbs, yellow, and we'll see. Who knows? It was a good price. Get them in the fall when they come out. If you haven't ordered them, I don't order bulbs. I have a whole bunch, but I saw these, you know, as we do. These bulbs, you see how they have a rounded part and more of a flat part. I'm going to put the rounded part towards the wall of the pot, and I'm going to cram these in as much as I can for the best show possible. You want to put these down 4 to 6 inches. See if I can get one more in there. All right. And I'm just going to keep putting them in. I like to put them in pots because you know where they're going to come up in the yard. Sometimes I've lost them. Forget where they are. You go and plant something and boom. There you go. So what did we get? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 14. A little bit more than a baker's dozen. And right over the top. Fill that thing up. Now this is going to go outside and just sit all winter long, get nice and cold, freeze hard solid. So I want it fairly full. Now when I place this in the yard, one thing, we're in Pacific Northwest up in Washington State, so one thing that happens here is we get a lot of rain. So what I will end up doing is I will take a rock and I will just tip this up a little bit and put a rock under there. That way the rain will wash down that way. There's the hole in the bottom, but man, we get a lot of rain. Now this is pretty dry, so it's going to sink down, and it'll be, you know, finished down here somewhere, because it'll pack down. All right, that is it. Put it in your yard, put it on your back patio. You are done, good to go. Oh, one last thing before you're done, make sure that you label it. I've lost a lot of plants by not labeling them. You forget what they are. You know, it's a pot that's just sitting there. You think, oh, whatever was in there must have died. So don't forget to label it. If the name is available, right here, I don't know if this is the name. I'm not going to put a name on there. I'm just going to put tulip. All right. All right, we will just keep continuing on. Have another bucket here. This one's just square. I wonder how many. I can get 5 in. Oh yeah, 5 per row. Maybe 4 if they're big. I'm just going to shove them in as tightly as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect. There. I'm going to get 4, 8, 12, 16, 21. 1 extra. Who cares? Okay. Fill it up with dirt. I really like tulips. It gives you that, just that feeling in the springtime that all is right with the world. First show of color, you get the daffodils, and then tulips come up, and then you know it's go time. Everything started. All right, it goes in the yard. Done deal.